I am ready for it. I've been dying for it. I've taken peptides to change my life and heal my shoulder. I can't wait to hear what our next speaker has. But this next speaker is so cool. Is so powerful. Is such an awesome human being that she has her own hype person to hype you up and introduce. I can't even do it justice. So I'm gonna have the one, the only, the husband, Steve!
Well, actually, this is my show. She's not going to be speaking at all. I'm taking over this whole podcast or whatever we're going to do. So, guys, I am the CEO and founder of Supreme Wellness Aesthetics. This was my whole idea. I went out there, I networked, I brought the business to the masses, and I am the person that really did all this. No, all jokes aside, folks, it's really my wife right here to the left. She came from Poland in her early 20s, #1 out of high school in Poland, #1 out of college in the state of Poland, came here with $500 in her early 20s, cleaned, worked, busted her ass, not to use that word, but she went really, really hard, #1 out of nursing school, and then decided to live the American dream and open up 2 clinics called Supreme Wellness Aesthetics. But I will say this, the biggest key is our team. Some of them are here, Dr. Barbie's here. We have also Christina here, Gina's here. I don't know if anybody else is sitting in with us right now, but she put together a great team. I'm just, semi-retired. Now I'm like a deadbeat husband that just walks around and I don't know what I'm doing. But anyways, folks, this is gonna be a really interesting topic because we're gonna talk a lot about peptides combination with what we do with different modalities, from medical grade chambers to Hockett, to a lot of different things that we do at Supreme. So with that being said, here she is, my wife, Dominika.
So, I'm not going to talk more about myself because Steve did a great job. Thank you so much. All I'm going to say, my journey with regenerative medicine started when I was just 8 years old. I was paralyzed waist down. I had an adverse effect to the vaccine, the childhood vaccine. So I was wheelchair bound for over a year. And Western medicine failed me back then. That was 34 years ago. And honestly, if it wasn't for my grandma back then, I wouldn't be with you today. She was the one who believed in the power of healing, alternative medicine, and a holistic approach. And she put me back on my feet. 20 years ago, I came to United States. I had no money, I didn't speak any English, and I didn't really have any purpose. I just want to survive back then. And it wasn't until I started working in emergency department and I realized that yes, Western medicine thrives in life-saving conditions. But when it comes to daily struggles, honestly, it just focuses on symptom management. And nowadays in the modern medicine, we want more. We have questions. We want to know why we feel the way we feel and what causes us the struggles we go through. So that's why I actually left ER and I worked for years on the front lines of aesthetic medicine, helping clients to achieve their confidence through injectables. And again, realize something very profound. Beauty doesn't start with the needle. Beauty starts from within. And the other thing, I was honestly a horrible salesperson. And it's a shame that actually aesthetic medicine, it's all about sales, and I just couldn't do it. And there's a girl here in this room that back then used to be my client, Gina. They came in one day with her lips up to her nose and asked me to actually make them bigger. And I said, "You are crazy." And we became friends. But that was the point that I'm like, this is not the right approach for me. And I shifted from like a surface level fixes to a functional approach because I truly believe beauty starts with regeneration. What we're going to talk today about is we're going to talk about new definition of wellness and protocols, like a real life protocols, combining peptides and modalities. Protocols that we use with our clients, and I use them on myself, my husband used them. And those peptides and those modalities, as you see, they kind of gonna repeat itself. because we gonna be talking about the most powerful and most beneficial peptides and modalities. We actually do that. We're gonna define wellness. So what's wellness? So I actually put a picture of myself because I didn't have to get consent. But when you look at the picture, it kind of shows you wellness, right? It's you see a slim girl that it's fit, it's in a workout clothes, standing next to hyperbaric chamber. So you think, okay, well, she obviously is on top of things. She eats right. She works out a lot. What you don't see on this picture is a 42-year-old female with frequent headaches, low energy, low hormones, vitamin deficiencies, and high cholesterol. And if I didn't show you the picture before, if I just talk about that presentation, you would never think that person with these symptoms looks like the girl in the picture. Because when I put these symptoms through ChatGPT, this is what I got. And honestly, I bet you, just reading the clinical presentations, a lot of you would think that that person with all these symptoms looks just miserable. And the reason I'm telling you this is to show you how deceiving pictures and social media is. And that's why I never try to push content like that, like bikini photos, because I never want to send the wrong message and shows people what wellness actually is not. So what's wellness? Wellness is not a look. It's not something you can buy or show off. It's a profound state of being. It's how you feel in your nervous system. It's your confidence, energy, vibration, emotional health. It's how you are in your relationship. Wellness is the ability to go through life with resilience. And it's something that you should be practicing every single day. It doesn't have an end point. That's why I hope that this presentation will help you build your own strategy that you can incorporate into daily life, and it can become your wellness journey. Because wellness is kind of like a diet. If it's too drastic, too expensive, too much effort, no one's gonna do it. It's not sustainable, and you're not gonna do it. And before we're gonna talk about these protocols, really quick, just wanna touch on 3 different group of clients that come to wellness clinics. First one, I call them the 1%. People that know it all, highly motivated, highly disciplined. They practice advanced protocols every day, right? Why am I talking about them? If you are a provider, they make us a better providers because they keep our standards high, because they go everywhere. They know everything. They come to you because you do something right, but they give you a great feedback, a feedback you can use to treat other people. The second group, I call them motivate middle. These are people that have usually high stress job, but they know about wellness, they practice wellness, they eat right, they exercise, they're active. There's always just this little gap they need to fill. They do great on these advanced protocols on 17 different peptides. They do great because they do a lot of things right already. And the third group, this is the group that I have the most passion for. So this group, I call them Tom and Kim. These are the newbies, the people who want to start wellness journey, who have a lot of different symptoms. They went to 5 different doctors and they were told, you're fine, everything is fine, but they still don't feel fine. Those are the people who take supplements because their friends take supplements. Or they bring home back with 33 different things and they have no idea what to take them for. So that's why I want to start these protocols with Tom and Kim, because I want to show you guys how to actually start wellness journey properly, because it doesn't really take much. Okay, so when we talk about starting wellness journey, we have to talk about foundations and pillars. And when you look at this, it's obvious, everyone knows this, right? Nutrition, activity, sleep, and emotional health. Everyone talks about it. The reason I say that is because for a lot of you, this is going to be the most challenging thing to change. But if you don't change it, nothing else makes sense. So if you don't build strong foundations, no peptides, no hyperbaric chambers, no whatever they do in the other room, nothing's going to give you long-term results. So when I talk about sleep optimization, 7 to 9 hours of good quality sleep. Movement. Resistance training is number one marker for longevity. And I didn't get in shape because I put myself on peptides. I got in shape because I go to Bracy Performance and my coach, Spencer, is kicking my ass every time I go there. That's why. So that's important to understand. Nutrition. We're not going to go over different diets, but the most important thing to understand is limit sugar, limit your processed food and alcohol. These things are highly inflammatory and they will lead to insulin resistance, metabolic dysfunction, and mitochondrial dysfunction. And mental health, everyone know, if you emotionally not balanced, you can physically perform on a high level. Start with this. If you have more than one pillar off, you're gonna take one step at a time, right? And meantime, you're gonna go and get blood work done. Not the same blood work that you're getting with your primary physician. You're gonna find yourself a good functional medicine provider. You're gonna come to Supreme, get your blood work done, and see Dr. Barney. And the reason I'm saying get your comprehensive blood work done, because this is gonna show you an objective data of what do you really have to work on. Because if you don't have to take certain supplements, why would you wanna take them? You wanna take what you need to take to optimize your well-being. And then, any good functional medicine provider will not overwhelm you with 17 or 27 different supplements. They're gonna keep it basic. They're gonna put you on 4 or 5 different supplements, maybe less. They're gonna offer maybe 1 to 2 peptides. And I'm not saying don't try more, try them, try 6, 7, 8, try all kinds of modalities. But you still have to work on your foundations. Because if you won't fix your foundations, the second you stop doing chambers, red lights, and take peptides, everything's gonna come back. All that inflammation, weight, whatever you're struggling with, will come back. Okay, so you're testing, you get your blood work done, you're on supplements, you're trying some peptides, you feel better. Now it's the time that you can actually incorporate more things into your routine. The protocols that I prepared for you, these are, just wanna say this. People in this group, they're starting, remember that. One of my clients actually told me that. Say no to moments, say yes to life. I thought it was just really profound. So the protocols, some of them you can use short term, like this one, when we talk about injury. Some of them are gonna be more like long-term use, or you can even incorporate them into like daily routine. Because it's, I think, the most popular in a way, and this is good for injury, surgery, overtraining, anyone who needs to recover. And the goal of this protocol is to accelerate tissue healing, reduce inflammation, and restore structural integrity at the cellular level. We're gonna start with peptides. We have actually 3 on that list. There is a couple more you can add, but that's probably like the core of the recovery peptides. BPC 157, who heard about BPC? Good. Okay. Probably the most powerful anti-inflammatory and healing peptide. It consists of 15 amino acids. And by the way, do we know what peptides are? No, okay. So peptides are short chains of amino acids. We have peptides in our body. Everyone has about 7,000 peptides. And those molecules are little messengers. They're gonna just go and help your body to recover and rejuvenate or regenerate. So that's the probably number one benefit from peptides is healing and regeneration. So now as we age and the more exposure that we have with like toxins, the peptides level are declining in our body. Okay, so BPC 157 contains 15 amino acids. Like I said, probably the most powerful anti-inflammatory and healing peptide. It is derived from gastric juices. So oral form of this peptide is great for any issues related to the gut. So ulcers, acid reflux, anything gut related, oral form works great. When people get confused, because when it comes to surgery, recovery, injury, we use injectable version. And you can inject actually to the injury site. BPC 157 is going to accelerate healing of tendons, bones, and nerves. It's actually good for neurological disorders. That's what the recent data shows. And it's often used with TB500. TB500, another healing peptide. It's actually a fragment of thymosin beta 4. So it's just the thymosin beta 4. It's a longer chain and it's much more difficult to compound. That's why usually we see TB500. Now, they work both synergistically. The difference between them, if you have a muscle injury, use TB500. If you have a bone injury, use BPC 157. Soft tissue injury, TB500 is better. Gut, nerve, BPC 157. When it comes to modalities, hyperbaric oxygen chamber, probably the most powerful therapy when it comes to healing. It tremendously reduces swelling and puffiness. Hyperbaric chamber is being used, at least at our clinics, for many other things. It's great for anxiety, depression, autism, cancer, autoimmune, gut issues, general wellness, stem cell activation, and many more. And hyperbaric chamber is basically a breathing oxygen under pressure, where the pressure pushes the oxygen bypassing the blood. So this oxygen gets into every single tissue in your body. And it's important, especially when you injure, where the oxygen sources or oxygen delivery is usually limited. Hyperbaric chamber works great with BPC 157. So if you are injured or even if you have a chronic pain, combo those both, truly amazing. What we usually do, we combo chamber with red light therapy, and both red light therapy provides pain relief, reduces inflammation, promotes skin healing and regeneration. If I have a choice, honestly, like with surgery, let's say, chamber and BPC 157 would be probably my number one, or chamber and GHKCU. Guys will usually choose BPC, women usually choose GHK. And now after this session, because I know I'm just giving you an overview, I am open to any question. I'm gonna be free walking around. Please grab me and we can have a more in-depth conversation about anything you guys wanna ask me. IV therapy, I like vitamin C with glutathione for this. I mean, is it important? No, you probably just more like a supportive to this protocol. Next one my favorite. Performance energy optimization. Athletes or people who just wanna perform on a higher level. And goal of this protocol is obviously performance and energy optimization. You can use probably 10 different peptides in this protocol. By far, my favorite two on this list is MUTC and CJC Clove 95. Ladies, if you wanna change your body composition, do these peptides. Also, anyone in perimenopause, MUTC and CGC with the morelin are great for bone density and bone health. But that's on a different point. Okay, MUTC, mitochondrial peptide. It contains 16 amino acids. It is peptide that supports mitochondria to produce energy. You're gonna feel energized on it. And it will increase the muscle power in the gym, but you're not gonna see any effect in VO2 max. So if there are guys who are crazy about VO2, this will not change the numbers on a VO2 max, but you're gonna feel much more energized. It activates pathway called AMPK pathway, which promotes fat oxidation, glucose utilization, and insulin sensitivity. This is a great adjunct to your GLP protocol. So if someone is on GLP-1s at a small dose, or someone wants to wean off, add MUTC to your routine. CGC 1295 with the morelin, that's your GHRP blend. Stimulates pituitary gland to release more growth hormone, which in turn is going to reduce visceral fat. It's going to promote muscle growth. It's going to promote lean muscle mass and fat metabolism. Now, there's another peptide, and people who know peptides know that, called tesmorelin, which is like even a more sophisticated peptide from the CJC. The reason it's not on that list, tesmorelin is much more expensive, so I felt like this one does the job, and it's much easier accessible. CGC 1295 also is going to increase your IGF-1. It's a hormone produced in the liver that actually is responsible for many anabolic reactions in your body. Now, 5-amino-1-Q, great peptide for the beginner. It's an oral pill, no injections needed. This peptide is going to boost your NAD level so people feel energized on it. So if you have a choice, let's say you want to do just two, either MUTC with CGC or MUTC with 5-amino-1-Q. Hyperbaric chamber red light. In the context of this protocol, remember this. Chamber with red light is going to stimulate ATP to produce energy. It's actually truly remarkable. People who use red light know that. If you use chamber and red light back to back, you feel like you're on steroids. That's why athletes use it, because their workout is great. NADIV, love NAD. It's a coenzyme in every living cell, and it's going to be responsible for every function in your body. And without NAD, your mitochondria cannot produce energy. The only thing with NADIV, when you go to a higher dosages, pricey, and honestly it takes forever to get that IV in. So it's not, when it comes to time, people don't have time to do it, especially if you have a high stress job, people are always on the go. It's not convenient, and it's very hard to maintain because of the price. I know my husband loves cold plunges, all that stuff. Guys use it. I'm not a big fan, but it's on that list because we get a great feedback from cold plunges in combination with the peptides that we use. Now, mental reset cognitive clarity protocol. This is more, now we're talking about mental, but I actually put a little peptide in my nose, nasal spray. These peptides gonna actually help you function better when you can calm your nerves down. So there is many cognitive peptides. We put 4 on this list. 3 favorite ones are CMEX, C-Lang, and tesofensine. DSIP, really quick, it's a deep sleep inducing peptide. If someone has troubles with falling asleep or staying asleep, this peptide is gonna improve sleep quality and supposedly can lower cortisol level. My favorite one, CMEX and C-Lang, you can get it in a blend. It actually comes in nasal spray. It's amazing. If someone struggles with adult ADHD, use that. It can probably be way better than Adderall. But anyway, CMEX, brain fog, burnout, depression, low motivation, when you feel like you don't want to do anything. that's a good one to take. C-Lang, anxiety, social anxiety, emotional dysregulation. So if you have both, get a blend and it works very well. Tezofensine, this one actually have two different benefits. So first of all, it's a triple reuptake inhibitor. So it's gonna increase your serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine level in your brain. You just feel happy on it. However, if someone is on antidepressant, that's probably not the good one to take. This peptide also has a benefit for weight loss, which we're gonna talk just in a minute. When it comes to modalities, again, you see hyperbaric chamber, truly amazing. If anyone even struggle with like a brain fog, try just 5 sessions. It's such a good modality. General wellness, we don't have a single client who will come back and say it didn't work. It truly does very well for brain. And now, if you're into meditation, I suggest brain tap. I don't do enough, but people who do it like it a lot. And obviously the red light with the chamber. But my favorite in this protocol is just hyperbaric chamber. Even if you are not on peptide and you use chamber alone, you'll feel different. Well, this one, we probably can talk hours about this protocol because we're getting into these GLP-1s and people either have hate or love relationship. But this is my point. If you are managed well and educated well about GLP-1s, microdosing or like lower dosages, amazing. And now, if you want to actually avoid side effects, stay on a lower dose. Microdose these peptides, add different peptides to just enhance your results. GLP-1 is, profound for weight loss, everyone know that, but has such a great benefit when it comes to your inflammation. It can lower your systemic inflammation, neuroinflammation. It will improve cardiac profile, lowers cholesterol, it helps with autoimmune. Now they are treating addictions with it. It's great for skin because if you have skin issues due to inflammation, GLP-1 would fix it. And now you can combo this with other peptides to just give you more benefits or enhance results and just stay on a low dose. The one that I actually like, and it didn't make that list, it's actually that MUT-C we talked about before, the one that activates AMPK pathway because it will help with insulin sensitivity. So you can take low dose of GLP-1 with MUT-C, or what's the number one complaint about GLP-1s? Muscle loss, right? Add CJC1295, amazing. So CJC1295, what's gonna do? It's gonna promote that muscle growth. It's gonna keep your lean muscle mass. So GLP, that's what I put my husband on. He was on GLP, well, he is. Sorry, Steve, I just told your secret. Microdosing of GLP-1 and CJC, you can maintain your muscle mass, so you're not gonna lose any muscle. At the same time, you're improving your body composition because it's gonna melt the visceral fat, and the GLP-1 is gonna help with the weight loss. Another one that I like really a lot is tezofensine, because your brain feels happier. The other thing is because it increases dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin, you don't have these food noises anymore. So GLP low dose with tezofensine, it's great for those people who suffer with cravings. Like 5-amino-1-MQ, if you struggle with energy on GLP-1s and your energy is low, add the 5-amino-1-MQ to enhance your NAD levels. Modalities, just really quick on Hackett, because I have 30 seconds. If you did not try Hackett, find a place that have Hackett. You get 10 different modalities in 30-minute session. It's great when you want to start your weight loss journey. It's gonna burn 600 calories a session. I love the fact it provides full body detox. Heavy metals, toxins, you feel amazing. One session, you sleep like a baby. I would try it, and it's not that expensive either. So I feel like even for general wellness, you can do it once in a while and do nothing else and you're fine. I'm gonna skip, I'm sorry, if you wanna take pictures, I'm sorry. And then in a longevity protocol, the number one peptide, this is more advanced. I would say, I mean, the number 1%, that's what they use. They go on epitalon once or twice a year because it lengthens your telomeres. So it truly improves your biological aging. And then we actually did testing with our clients who use that peptide in a combination with hyperbaric chamber, and their telomeres length increased significantly. Also has some anti-cancer, anti-aging benefits. The rest of these peptides are supportive here. The one that I'm going to mention too, thymosin alpha. It's a very powerful immunomodulator, and use this to restore your immune system. Very, very good. Actually good for any infection where we're talking about acute or chronic. It's good for autoimmune, and then to restore your immune system after COVID vaccine. Again, hyperbaric chamber. Use medical grade hyperbaric chamber. There is a protocol that you can do to increase your stem cell production 800%, and it's legit. So those people who are into stem cells or PRPs or things like that, do hyperbaric chamber before, because if you go somewhere and you're spending $20,000 on stem cells, and if you're not metabolically optimized, your stem cells are not that great. So optimize yourself first, add additional 1,000 or whatever that's gonna cost. Do a hyperbaric chamber prior your stem cell injections. You're gonna have way better results. Proven. We have people, let's say, really quick example. If you have someone who is 300 pounds, that person, if it's not metabolically optimized and goes and gets stem cells, they're not gonna get good results. Doesn't matter how much money they spend. Unfortunately, they're not gonna get good results. Optimize yourself first and then invest money into stem cells. Skin glow protocol. You see the same peptides as in the first protocol. Why is that? Potent anti-inflammatory. BPC 157 is going to heal any inflammatory skin condition, especially if they relate it to your gut. TB500 is going to improve skin regeneration, elasticity, skin quality, and then GHKCU, honestly amazing for reducing fine lines and wrinkles, improving skin texture. It's great for acne-prone skin and scar tissue. So these three, if you can do it, do it. If not, try GHKCU. General wellness. Honestly, remember, you don't have to do much. Just work on your foundations and add 1 or 2 peptides into your routine. Always cycle these peptides off. You cannot be on them all the time. It's not good. Peptides have some side effects. If you have any questions, please find me. And if you would ask me if my wellness is optimal, I would tell you, no, it's not. But I'm the best I can be today. And every day I strive to be better. Thank you.
Dominika!